Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Top Shelf Nerds, the show for nerds, by nerds, about nerds. I am DJ, and with me today is Buck and the Professor.
Hello, I'm Buck, just in case anyone was wondering.
I'm the Professor. There's any one of me.
So, how's it going, chaps?
Chaps.
Why are you asking your pants how they are going?
Well, isn't it the English term for fellas is chaps? It's better if I say chaps.
Well,
But you got to do it in an English accent.
You're not English, so it's actually kind of insulting and racist.
Righto, chaps, carry on. Bit.
We've got a couple of episodes. We've got a couple of things to talk about. So first up, we've got the story of Telltale games, for example. AI creating games, Prince Charles opposing half human, half machine beings, esports protest, and we have an important announcement to make near the end of the episode. So, fellas,
And you forgot to mention that we'll be talking about our games of the week.
I forgot that too. Yeah,
But before we begin all that, how are you going, Professor?
I'm going pretty well.
That's good to hear. And what about yourself there, DJ? Are you going well?
I'm going good.
That's nice. Just a little bit of the courtesies, you know.
But before we start, Professor, you got an update on one of our earlier stories the other day.
Well, the first thing I'm worried about is that Bucky is being way too friendly. The
I'm
second
just
thing
being polite. That's all.
is the update that Nintendo, last week I said Nintendo isn't going to keep your cloud saves after your Nintendo Online subscriptions lapses, but they've come out since then and said that they're going to keep them for 6 months after the end of your subscription, which is the same amount of time as the PS4.
PS4?
Yeah.
I thought
brought
you
up
said
the
Xbox.
article and double checked. I did say Xbox earlier.
Okay.
So basically, it's a grace period.
Yeah, 6 months to get your subscription back, or you lose all your save files.
That's gonna stink. Losing all the save files.
It's better than it was, though.
Yeah. I agree with you there. Anyways, let's start with Buck. You've got a story for us to share.
Do I?
Oh yes.
Oh, okay. And what would that be?
Telltale Games and how it rose and fell in a matter of days.
What about the unicorns?
You were saying, Professor?
I said I was hoping it would be the one about the unicorns.
I thought so too.
that'd be the DJ when he's telling us his fantasies about as a hippie.
The DJ's fantasy of having long flowing hair and riding a unicorn through the fields. He's got flowers braided in.
Oh, my God. All right, guys. So Buck, what's the story about?
What's the story about? Well, big news that everyone's probably aware of by now is Telltale Games has announced that it's closing and has axed 200 jobs, leaving a skeleton staff of 25 people. So, and yeah, apparently when they did it, they gave staff 30 minutes to vacate the building. So,
wow, that's harsh.
30 minutes? Wow, that's pretty quick.
Like, I would have made sure I took the full 30 minutes as cleaning the stuff out of my desk. And then if security touched me, I would have gone absolutely berserk at them and sued them for assault and so forth. They're sacking me, so it's not like they're going to sack me anyway.
Wouldn't you want to spend that 30 minutes making sure there were no backups of your internet history?
Well, it doesn't take long to put a hammer through a hard drive, but I would have just been making sure I had everything. I would have taken my full 30 minutes at my desk, getting all my gear, just so I could make sure I got it, and then also making sure I took everything I could that wasn't bolted down. So ask them to prove that it's theirs when I leave.
You're the one who keeps stealing the stapler.
No, because I've never liked staples. Working in logistics, one of the things that I can guarantee you is I hate staples. You get that many of them stuck in your finger where people think, oh, I'll just put a stapler through it to hold it in place.
What's worse is when they use multiple staples and you need to unstaple it so you can put it through the document feeder on the scanner.
Unpicking staples is a horrible, horrible thing.
No,
Moving back onto topic, there's been a lot of conjecture about what's happening with the completion of games such as Walking Dead, Minecraft, etc. There's arguments and different stories revolving around it, but yeah, at the moment there's talk that they're going to finish. I believe it's Minecraft, but Netflix is going to have to go chasing other people to complete the Walking Dead game, I think it is.
No, the Stranger Things game.
Stranger Things, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were doing a Walking Dead one as well, although
They
that's
were.
come up to its completion.
They were developing the final season.
Okay. I'm not sure what's happening there, but yeah.
Yeah. The good news about the Stranger Things game is that Devolver Digital is making a bid on it.
That'd be good.
Who are the other bids? Out of curiosity.
Nobody's really said yet, but Devolver have made it very clear that they want to do it, and they have they already have a developer working for them who does story games, and if they get the contract, they're going to offer a job to the former Telltale employees.
I have to say, like, working for Devolver would be awesome, and Devolver taking over the game would make it a lot more fun with a lot less crap.
Well, I just hope that the Devolver Studios, their management style is not as horrible as Telltale is when you hear the stories about them, about Telltale's management style and how they treated its employees. Man.
Well, Devolver, I don't know, all the rest of the stuff we've heard has been pretty good.
Yeah.
They were one of the best studios at the E3 conference.
Yeah.
That was an amazing conference.
Oh yeah, that was. We can talk about that at length. How great that conference was. But yeah,
like based on that and everything else I've seen about Devolver, I can't see it being bad, and the fact that they're actually offering so much support to the Telltale employees, like they're saying, look, we want to take this game on, and if we do, we're going to give you guys jobs. Like, none of the others are stepping up to do that.
Well, it is hard to forget.
Openly.
Yeah, well, it is hard. Well, EA won't get them because after so much flack they've been receiving, they're losing money in the process.
EA doesn't do that sort of stuff anyway.
They don't?
When was the last time EA did a full, proper story game?
Did they ever? Really?
I can't think of any time they did.
The closest that I can picture would be Need for Speed.
Yeah.
That wasn't that's not even truly a proper story. Like it's half story sort of thing. So
yeah. Oh well, there was Dragon Age and Mass Effect.
Those are more RPGs than story games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I've just been but back to the Telltale story. I was reading an article the other day about the toxic management. Oh yeah, it did hurt. The stories of the ex-employees have been saying it's incredible. Like they weren't given any breaks, and you had to work up to 20 hours a day, more than 100 hours a week.
Pardon? 20 hours a day?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit much.
Oh yeah, man. There were a lot of crazy things going on in that studio's constant overwork.
Technically, that's actually illegal. The company can't force you to work 20 hours a day, considering the fact there's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
So I'm gonna call the big BS on that one.
Well, check out the article, my dude. It's all in there.
The article might be saying it, but I'm saying that's BS. As someone who worked, like I used to work up to 18 hours a day, and I did it for a few weeks, and I was struggling pretty bad. You don't do those sorts of hours for long without burnout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your bosses start to notice the fact that productivity is going down. So I'm sorry.
And if they're smart, they'll cut your hours instead of thinking, hey, productivity's down, we need more hours.
Yeah, like they're going to be looking at the fact that they've got staff that are dropping dead in the middle of the workplace and going, there might be something going wrong here. We might need to change something.
You can't get away with that unless you're Foxconn.
I know where you got that one from.
Really?
Oh, really?
Where? Where?
Not obscure reference to one of the biggest tech companies on Earth.
And the netting, yeah. But
Come on, tell us.
I'm not gonna tell you guys. But
No, I don't know what the netting does.
He doesn't know now. He doesn't know.
Oh, I do know what it is. I just don't want to tell the whole story because then it'll bore you guys.
You mean more than normal when you read it to us?
But yeah, but this whole toxic management, it just destroyed. It proves it just tells the moral of the story. Like management stinks.
Well, not all management stinks. It was just the management of this company stunk.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was just this management just destroyed the creativity of the company, and I don't know, man. Could you possibly see Telltale come back though, if they do ever come back?
No.
How about you, Professor?
I don't think Telltale's coming back at all. I think they're going to sell off their IPs and pay off the debt that they have, and they're going to fade into obscurity.
Yeah.
At least they're doing it in a spectacular manner. Like EA is just hanging around like a bad smell. You wish they'd be going as fast as what Devolver has.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so moving along. Professor, you've got a story about AI creating games.
I do.
So what's that one about?
Some people put a very smart computer in a box with some games and told her they're not letting it out until it makes a game. And that's basically how machine learning works.
So it's going to be like the movie Hackers, where they are like, okay, this is going to be called Blackjack, where it's basically we kill people in the process.
Pardon?
What?
You never saw the movie Hackers? The one with Matthew?
I did, but I never. I don't remember there being AI killing people.
Really? You didn't see that?
Anyway, that's not even how it works.
Maybe I'm wrong.
What they've done is put retro games into an AI, and the AI has analyzed the games and picked out key points, and then mixed them up and come out with a new game.
Oh, nice.
They've come up with a couple of new things. Killer Bounce and Death Walls are named in the article. And they're incredibly basic, look like some little early 80s arcade stuff.
Early 80s arcade was fun.
Yeah, some of those games still hold up pretty well. And this is just a beginning model. If they give it another couple of years of training, it'll come out with something completely different. And eventually, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if they started using AI for level design for multiplayer games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the video for the Death Walls. It's pretty interesting, the concept.
Yeah, it's well, there's no game called Death Walls. Actually, okay, there is. There seems to be this article I've got here from digitaltrends.com that's in the show notes below has a mistake in it. One paragraph lists the games Killer Bounce and Death Walls. A couple of paragraphs later, it lists the games Death Bounce and Killer Walls.
They better be careful. Greenpeace might hear that they've got killer whales.
Yeah, I never could find out why people didn't want to join my seal fan club called Club Baby Seals.
I think you knocked that one on the head.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. Oh, dear God.
Okay, I just saw a glitch. I'm looking at the YouTube video they've got in the article, and the little blue dot bouncing along did this exact same thing twice. The first time I went through, it turned into a hole and it vanished down into a pit or something. The second time, it bounced back up and away off the top of it and disappeared off into the distance.
You'd think an AI would be better at programming than me, but apparently not.
Mm.
I'm really interested to see where this goes. Just to see if it gets picked up by anyone. Because I really think emergent AI like this is going to have a huge part in art in the future.
What's going to terrify? What's going to be scary is the job market. Imagine if AI could create games. Imagine the job market just going, okay, we don't need any more gamers. We can just ask the AI to create games for us in the near future.
No, you ask this question all the time, and you're always going to need people involved at some point.
I think it's his internal fears that his job as a checkout chick will be replaced.
Well, nowadays automation is the thing in a sense. Automation is the thing.
But there are limitations on automation. Otherwise, we'd replace you with an AI.
Yeah. Remember we were saying that he was a robot?
Yeah, but we didn't say he was intelligent. We just said he was artificial.
True. I was just a bit worried that maybe we'd accidentally given away something secret and the government had told you not to. I'd missed the memo.
No.
Oh, man. But I think it's cool to see AIs create games in essence. But yeah, it just give it some more time and it'll be perfect. And maybe it'll perfect itself and create a good game better than EA could do.
I would like that.
EA made some pretty good games. It's just they went off track by doing the whole loot boxes and so forth.
Actually, we've got an entire game developer studio with AIs now. Because there's AIs that make music, AIs that make images, AIs that design games, AIs that write scripts. Pretty much there.
We've had an AI that creates levels for games and maps as well. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, DJ, it's been nice knowing you, but you might be out of a job.
Lucky, quiet. Don't give away the big announcement before we get to the end of the episode.
Okay.
He's not laughing, folks. He's crying.
Anyways, moving along, guys. So, Professor, you got another story about Prince Charles objecting to a next level of technology.
I do have 2 articles this week because someone didn't come up with their own articles. No, okay, you got one in the end. But this article is about Prince Charles and his reaction to AI. He said in an interview with GQ magazine that he's dismayed by the way AI changes the way people interact with machines. And he objects to being part human, part machine. And I think he's just a doddering old man. Give me the robot parts.
I was just going to say, we're going to need the cyborg and cybernetic implants to help us combat the AI-driven machines in years to come to compete and take down Skynet when it tries to take over the world.
And anyway, the big reason why he's not a fan of AI is because he thinks that it's going to interfere with our ability to prevent global, catastrophic climate change.
Wouldn't that actually help us cope with it?
I'd think so. It is fairly resource intensive to dig up steel and all that. But I don't see why technology is going to prevent us from being able to save the planet from global warming. If anything, technology is going to do better for that than anything we can do.
He's probably just concerned that there's people that are out there that are going to be able to have better radio dishes mounted on the side of their head to pick up the radio waves from long distance and so
maybe
forth.
He's worried that the computers will pick up that he's really a lizard person.
No, he can't be a lizard person, not with those ears.
Or maybe he's a penguin in disguise.
Hey, that's mine. Get lost. Pick your own.
That would be hilarious if Prince Charles comes and says, "I'm a penguin."
Well, have you seen the way he walks?
Oh yes,
exactly.
Like, those actually aren't ears; they're his flippers. The scary thing is, he was in this article. He was talking to GQ magazine. He's 69 years old.
Isn't GQ one of those men's magazines that the best way to get abs and all that?
They might do some stuff like that. It's Gentleman's Quarterly, so it's kind of like fashion and that sort of stuff.
It's
more
like
than anything else.
Think of it as the guy's version of Cosmopolitan, basically.
No, it isn't.
No, Because I doubt it would have the shitty sex tips that Cosmopolitan has.
Oh, it has had some stuff like that, but it's not constant. They look at fashion and other things. It's more well-rounded. It's kind of like what Women's Day used to be before they got all the tarot cards and everything else.
And just a quick shout out to one of my favorite subreddits, Shit Cosmo Says, where they take quotes from Cosmo and they're like, who would actually want to do this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if you go to GQ's page, like across the top, it's got fashion, watches, culture, grooming, lifestyle, women, and GQ video. So,
and more.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got fitness. See, I was telling you about the abs.
Yeah, so they do kind of have stuff like that. It's not just that though.
Yeah.
So they got grooming. So they got hairstyles there for the DJ when he gets the implants and plugs.
But yeah, that's back to what we were talking about with Prince Charles. Do you reckon he's just, from what I'm gathering, he's just echoing what Elon Musk and a lot of people were saying months and months ago about?
No, he's got a different reason.
Yeah, but even with the different reason, the goal is still the same, though, in terms of it will destroy the world in the end.
Okay, and I think we should exterminate humanity. I've got a different reason for wanting to do that than the Daleks. But does that make me a Dalek? Am I just echoing the Daleks?
Yes.
Shit.
You weren't expecting that response, were you?
No, I wasn't.
You heard it here, folks. First stumping of the professor.
Oh dear God.
Okay, it wasn't that good. You can chill out now, DJ.
He's just happy it's not him for a change.
Oh, thank God.
Hey. I know I'm old, but I'm not a god. Come off it.
Oh. Alright, okay, so finally, so we've got an interesting protest that happened a couple of days ago. During a game of soccer, a couple of Swiss football fans decided to throw controllers and tennis balls onto the pitch during at the 15-minute mark of their home game. So it's basically young boys ultras throwing tennis balls and stuff at their home game against Basel on Sunday to 23rd of September, forcing the referee to pause the game. And they also unfurled a huge flags with the pause button on it.
So was it only a couple?
A couple of tennis balls? Don't think it's a couple, but
I can see it's only a couple of tennis balls in the picture, but was it only... Because if you look down further, there's another picture there from Twitter where there's about 20 tennis balls that they're picking up.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of tennis balls.
So it looks I think more than just a couple of guys who were doing it.
Yeah, and a controller.
Controllers. Those things are expensive.
Yeah, how much are they now? Like for PlayStation controllers, like $90 or something?
No, last time I checked, it was only 60.
Okay, they must have gone down.
Unless you're going for some weirdly overpriced stuff.
Yeah. What really strikes me is like they're making it as a protest against esports, and I understand like why hate esports when it's the next best
they
thing.
Can't cope with it. It's too intelligent for them. Was it a protest against esports?
Yeah.
I've just pulled up the EB Games page for controllers, and pretty much everything is $90 for the base wireless model of the current generation.
Okay. Last time I bought a controller for the PS4, I think it was $60.
Yeah, I bought an Xbox One for a uni project because we're using this really shit software that Microsoft made that was basically impossible to control with a mouse and keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I only paid about $50 for it.
I'm just looking at the reasoning behind why they're protesting, and one was saying that because sitting around watching young people virtually competing is dumb and childish, unlike the mature and dignified hobby of watching adults kick a ball around the field.
Well,
fair enough.
I think the actual reason for the protest, looking further down in the article, was the fans were upset that the clubs are starting to invest in esports rather than real world football alone.
Wait, that's why I thought from the quote you just read off, I thought the quote was a dig at how ridiculous chasing a ball around on a field is.
I think that was actually. I haven't seen that quote, but that quote sounds very similar to the guys from the IT crowd when they go to watch a game of football.
I
Which is
remember
one of the
that.
most classic comedic moments ever. Oh, he's got the ball. Oh, apparently that's good. Apparently everyone's shouting now. Hey, apparently that. Well, look, that guy's got it now. Must have been good because everyone's yelling again.
IT Crowd was a great show.
Oh yeah. Although I still wonder, like, imagine the Americans made it. I wonder how bad it would have been.
Don't even suggest
They
it.
did make it.
Oh, they did.
They made an American pilot, and it was terrible. It actually had moss in it. Like, I think it was moss. But they made an American version, and it was awful.
Like every other British show that goes to America.
Yep.
But yeah, do you think like this protest is justified though? In the end?
No, because there's people that can't actually get out onto a football field to play soccer or football or other sports that are physical. So you got to be able to support them. Like you got people with brittle bone disease and so forth that can't run around on a field without suffering injury, and other people that have other issues. But they can.
There's people like me who don't give a shit about watching people playing with their balls.
And then there's people.
DJ, do you need an ambulance?
Nope.
There are people like the DJ who do like watching men play with their balls.
Oh, don't go there. Don't go there.
Getting a bit hot and bothered. He's gonna have to go take a cold shower.
I just had a bit of a quick look. NBC did attempt an American version of the IT Crowd, and it did have Moss. And that was in 2007. The guy in it, they got one of the guys there, is Rocky, I think it is, was from NCIS as the director.
Which
Rocky
version?
Carroll, I think it is. NCIS.
As opposed to another NCIS?
They got NCIS, New Orleans, NCIS.
Oh, yeah.
LA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's Leon Vance. Okay.
Well, he's not. That's the character's name.
Yeah.
In real life, his name's Rocky Carroll, I think it is.
I don't see the thingy on his wiki page, but okay.
Well, would you want to have something like that tagged up against your name?
Maybe not.
That's like being associated with the American Red Dwarf.
Oh no, let's not go there.
I watched part of that. It was awful. I think it had the real Crichton in it.
Yeah, he made a cameo. I remember that one. Yeah.
No, like he was the actual Crichton in the American version too, but the show was awful.
Okay.
Anyways, all right. So we've got we've got a shout out to this week to. You okay there, Buck?
Have you completely forgotten the second half of the podcast?
Oh right, the games we've been playing this week.
You haven't even written them in the show notes.
I completely forgot about it. Oh man. So yeah, so Buck, what have you been playing this week?
I don't know. You haven't got it in the show notes. I can't remember.
Oh right. I remember you've been playing Skyrim. I remember now.
I actually did remember. I was just taking a dig at you.
And somehow he's always fighting a dragon whenever we want to talk to him.
Yep.
Hey, it's the whole point of Skyrim is to go fight the dragons.
It isn't to eat cheese.
No. You eat the cheese so you can keep your strength up and stay alive while you're fighting the dragon.
Fair enough.
Because it gives you health points.
So so you're just playing the Skyrim, not the DLC at the moment?
Just Skyrim, the original at the moment.
Oh, cool.
Felt nostalgic, so
You're just waiting for the you're gonna get the Skyrim Blades, the mobile phone edition?
probably not. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what
I
happens.
think I'll give it a try.
Is there a multiplayer aspect in it?
I think so.
Does that mean we
Yeah,
can
it's
go kill? Does
cross-platform.
that mean we can go kill the DJ?
I can do that right now.
Yeah, but you get to
I've got
do it
space in
again
my
and
freezer.
again and again in the computer game, it's more fun because then you hear him freaking out and going, "Oh, stop killing me!"
True.
So the Elder Scroll Blades, nothing on the multiplayer aspect. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's cross-platform, so it's...
Speaking of
I don't know.
Speaking of cross-platform, did you guys hear the recent news of Sony bowing down to cross-platforms in the end?
Yep.
After how long was their stand?
Decades.
Well,
But have they,
to be fair, they
actually
were
agreed, or
the
they
ones...
said they're considering it?
They were the ones pushing for it 5 years ago.
Okay. But have they actually agreed, or they said they're considering it? Last I saw, they were only considering it.
Well, they've agreed to it, but they're gonna start with a beta first, and then go full stretch.
Okay. And it's only on one game at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, Fortnite.
Which you always talk about, but you've never played.
Fallout 76 isn't going to get crossplay on PS4, but it will have crossplay on other platforms.
Even though, funnily enough, Fortnite, Fallout was one of the big people that were saying Sony must do crossplays.
Yeah, but
Well, it's a bit late in development for them to change their mind now, because they're releasing in November, aren't they?
Is it Fallout?
yeah.
Yeah, so they've only really got a couple of months left of development.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably too late to worry about crossplay.
Yeah, unless they make a patch or something like that. But
Yeah, well, one of the developers came out and said that they're more interested in getting the game done than adding crossplay to Sony.
Yeah.
But talking about patches, there's a really good patch I like.
What's that?
The silence patch.
Let's just bask in it for a moment. Back.
Anyway, so Professor, what have you been playing?
The Legend of Zelda.
Which one? There's
The Legend of Zelda.
As in the first one?
Yes. Because despite our ranting last week, I have a Switch Online, and it comes with the original Zelda.
You sellout whore.
Anyway, it holds up really well for being a 30-year-old game. Even though it's interesting seeing the different design philosophy, because there is absolutely no hand-holding and no real guidance. You find these rooms with people in them who tell you, go look for the man in the tree, but no one ever says which tree. And stuff like that just wouldn't fly these days. It would be considered incredibly poor game design. But back then, everyone was doing it.
Yeah, there's so many little things that they used to be so cool, and look at it now. It's like, yeah, what were they thinking? What were they thinking?
The graphics are still pretty good, though.
Yeah, that I agree on.
It's aged better than PlayStation 1 graphics.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
These fighting words, come on.
Come at me, bro.
All right, guys. So we'll be seeing you guys at the parking lot in about 10 minutes from now.
10 minutes? Taking them more than 10 minutes to drive to Victor's place? What are you talking about?
Right. But yeah, I would love to see a remake of this game. Like maybe in modern graphics of sorts.
I wouldn't.
Wouldn't you want to keep it to simple?
It's a product of the time.
And
I think the best you could do for it is give it a remaster so it looks like A Link to the Past.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to see them remake it in, say, the Breath of the Wild engine or anything.
Yeah. You were saying
kind of like the original Tomb Raider. It's chunky and so forth, but the graphics were just that they were what made it so much more fun.
Yeah. That's actually true. Yeah,
because the graphics added to make when they had some of the maze aspects where you get lost. If the graphics were great, it wouldn't have been as confusing.
Yeah,
and plus remaster nowadays is the new thing. Like we're seeing Resident Evil, for example, being remastered. What's the other game? Shenmue as well.
But remastering it just for the sake of remastering it, they can lose some of the essence. So it's one of the things they got to be wary of.
Yeah, that's true. What's the other game even Dark Souls Remastered is coming out soon as well.
Yeah, but that's it's not as aged as Zelda is.
Yeah.
Like, the key issue is that if they remade the original Zelda, the rest of it wouldn't hold up because the plot is incredibly thin, the mechanics basic, and it just you couldn't get away with making it to modern standards.
Yeah.
No one would accept it.
Mm.
Yeah. Fair point. All right, let's me post up the Dark
So,
Souls.
have you actually been playing any games this week, or have you been slack and lazy again?
I've been slacking and lazy again.
That's how many weeks in a row you haven't been playing games. Like, you don't do anything else except be a checkout chick. Like, come on. How can you not be playing games?
Well, like I said, I can't sit down and play anymore. I just can't. It's just not in me.
Then stand up and play.
All in favour of ejecting the DJ from the Nerd Club, say aye.
Aye.
Majority rules, DJ, you're gone.
No. You're not playing games.
I'm just waiting. I'm just hyping up myself to get the new Red Dead Redemption game.
No, you're
That's
not. You're
still
just
2 months
being
away.
lazy and excusing. Anyway,
yeah.
Now we've had to remove him from the show because he's not playing games. We apologise for that, folks. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Do we even have sponsors?
I don't know. I just thought it was something we had to say now.
Yeah.
It's not to fill the time.
Now we've got space here if our manager ever tells us, hey, you got a sponsor.
Yeah, if we do actually get advertising.
Anyways, guys, so we got some shout outs, famous things, and famous events to get through.
He didn't even notice that we muted him there.
Nah, I didn't even see it.
He just kept talking and talking. Oblivious to the reality of the world around him.
Anyways, guys.
Is it warm and cozy in your world of oblivion?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That's a good game to play if you're looking for a game to play. Is Oblivion.
Oh, yeah. That's the one before Skyrim, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, good. Anyways, guys, so we've got some famous birthdays. So, Michael Douglas,
Before the birthdays, though, don't we want to do a condolence shout out?
Oh, yeah, we do have a condolence shout out. So Star Wars producer Gary Kurtz, he passed away this week at the age of 50. Check. At the age of 78.
Big difference between 50 and 70.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he passed away from cancer at the age of 78. He was the producer behind A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. He'll be missed. He will be missed. So we've got some famous birthdays as well. So Michael Douglas, American actor behind Wall Street, Jewel of the Nile, and Coma, born in New Brunswick, New Jersey. 1951, Mark Hamill, the actor famous for Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, born in Oakland, California.
He was also the voice of the Joker.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
he's done other movies as well, such as Slipstream.
Yep. He was also in a recent movie, which I can't put my. Hang on a second.
He was in the latest Star Wars movie. Well, not Solo, but
Second, he was also in
Are you thinking of The Last Jedi?
No, not the Last Jedi. The Secrets, the Kingsman. That's the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
He was Professor James Arnold, the character.
He was also in Wing Commander. He's also done stuff on stage as well.
Yeah. He's famous for the Star Wars and the voice acting, especially the Joker series, especially the Jokers. I'm moving along. 1952, Christopher Reeve, another American actor famous for Superman and Somewhere in Time, born in New York City, New York. 1956 was Linda Carroll Hamilton, also known as Linda Hamilton, the American actress behind Terminator, Beauty and the Beast TV show, Children of the Corn, and Chuck, the TV series, born in Salisbury, Maryland. And finally, 1969, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Welsh actress famous for Chicago, The Terminal, and Legend of Zorro, born in Swansea, Wales.
She was also in The Darling Buds of May.
Oh yeah, and then Entrapment as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
And she was married to Michael Douglas.
yeah, that's true as well. And they're still together, which is amazing.
They broke up for a while. Are they back together again? Are they?
Yeah, they're back together. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
So we've got some famous events. So 26th of September 1986, Crocodile Dundee was released in America. Great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Introduced Australia to Americans with that movie.
No, most of the Americans, a lot of Americans were already introduced to us. After all, it was World War II. We started introducing them to drop bears.
Yeah. And Forex beer.
Well, I don't know about Forex beer, but yeah.
30th of September 2005. Oh,
Crocodile Dundee is solely responsible for introducing Australians to Americans doing shitty accents. Go, you call that a knife?
The famous knife. That's a knife. You call that a knife? That's a knife.
I don't know what accent you're doing there, but that's just weird. I think it's half English.
Yeah, it's English.
Sounded Cockney to me.
Yep, it was
Call
Cockney.
that a knife, mate?
You call that a knife?
Oh, please, sir, can I have some more? What, you're going to do Oliver Twist now? Oh, blimey. You can't even get your identity straight on the accents, mate.
This one's for the professor. So, 30th of September 2005, Serenity the movie came out.
The last piece of Firefly TV media. A greater loss has never been felt.
The brown coats will rise again.
The new book comes out next month.
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
We got to do that board game at some point.
Yes.
24th of September 1965, the Monkees launched the first real-life musical hit, Last Train to Clarksville. Good group.
Or in reality, it was the first musical hit they had was released. Because they had released other music, but that was just the first one that actually made it to being a hit.
Okay. Huh. And 24th of September 1960, we have the launch of the first nuclear carrier, the USS Enterprise. And to those guys getting confused, no, this is not the Star Trek. It's not Star Trek. It's actually...
It's a big effing boat, though.
Yeah.
And they do show Star Trek on board. No, seriously, I actually watched a documentary once and they were talking about it and they were going through because it's got its own television studio, the same as the Missouri used to have. And yeah, one of the things they broadcast is Star Trek.
Oh, no.
Along with Doctor Who, apparently.
Which yes, it comes back in like
all the shows that they have to have on there. Star Trek and Doctor Who at the time, because apparently the captain was, or one of the bridge crew was a fan of Doctor Who, so that was no choice; they had to have that on.
And the captain of the USS Somewhat, which is a new, I think it's classed as a destroyer. This is really interesting sort of stealth shit. Is Captain James Kirk? They launched a couple of years back.
Oh.
What's it called? The USS Captain Wait, what? Say that again?
The captain is called Captain Kirk. He's on a stealth destroyer.
The USS Somewhat.
Oh yeah, Captain James Kirk, skipper's Navy Somewhat. Oh yeah, I see it.
Yep. I'll throw a link in the show note. So we got any other shout outs, DJ?
Interesting shout out this week that just came out today. Today is Google's 20th birthday.
It's a long time. I wonder how many searches they've done in 20 years.
I wonder how many. What's the next best venture they're gonna come out with?
Selling all of our data to corporations.
Don't they already do that?
Yeah.
So what started from a garage became a huge building in the end.
What?
Did you know it was started in a person's garage?
Okay,
Never
but if
heard
you're a
that.
20-year-old company, you're pretty much guaranteed to have been founded in a garage.
Never heard that
20-year-old
about
tech
Google. I know Microsoft started in a garage.
Okay. So the links will be in the show notes, guys, so you can have fun with it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay, he has given us a source saying that it was founded in a garage.
Okay. Oh, there you go, folks. You've learned something new, the same as I have.
I wonder what's on in its
The more
20.
you know.
And I wonder what was the most searched item in Google.
Well, why don't you Google it?
Porn.
What?
Porn. Because the internet is great. For porn.
Well, so the most popular Google search in the world in 2016 it was Powerball, and then which is in reference to the $1.56 billion jackpot that three ticket holders won in early 2016. Prince, Hurricane Matthew, Pokemon Go, and Slither.io claimed the rest of the top 5, while Trump and Hillary rounded out the rest of the time. What is the Google trend? Do that. Most Googled person. Oh, here's an interesting one for you. For most Googled person, Matt Lauer is the most Googled person last year.
Matt Lauer, what did he do?
He was a former breakfast show host.
Oh, yes. The one accused of sexual assault.
Yeah. NBC. Second. And what else? Most searched person on Google, Meghan Markle. Most searched person on Google last year.
Okay. Just in breaking news, for all those fans of KFC, there was a woman who was arrested in Adelaide for an outburst that went viral, where she had a drunken rant and started throwing.
Is there any other
soft
kind?
I do pretty well when I'm sober. She started throwing soft drink cans and FPOS machines at staff, and yeah, apparently it's gone viral on social media. But apparently she avoided jail because she's been abused online.
Wait, what?
Yeah. There's part of the reason was she's faced significant embarrassment, and yeah, she's had to suffer a lot of abuse and harassment in response to it because it's all been posted on Facebook, Instagram, and other places. So yeah, she avoids jail, but she's got a fine and 18-month good behaviour bond, and she's not going to be allowed to go back to KFC.
DJ, don't take any inspiration. We know what you will be like if you lose KFC.
Oh, don't get me started. Okay. So before we go, we've got an important announcement to make, guys. So from next week onwards, we'll be
replacing the DJ with a new and upgraded model.
Nah, I don't think that's the news, but yeah, no. But seriously, we will be changing our names from Top Shelf Nerds to Nerds Amalgamated.
Well, we're shortening it down to just Nerds Amalgamated.
Yeah. Long story, but now you'll be able to find all of our stuff under the one name.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
We are open to the idea of changing out the DJ if anyone else would be interested in applying.
Come and hang out with me in my workshop and we'll build a new one. Do you want to build a robot?
Oh no! No.
Let it go. Let the KFC nugget go.
On that note, thank you for liking the show. You can visit us at the That's Not Canon Productions website and listen to our old podcast episodes. Feel free to leave a comment and maybe you can buy yourself some cool Nerds Amalgamated merch. You can email us your feedback at our email address at nerdsamalgamated@gmail.com. Follow us on our Facebook page at Nerds Amalgamated and on Twitter at @namalgamated. You can take the show on the go with the audio platforms iTunes and Stitcher. And all the stuff we've been talking about today will be on the show notes below. So from us, Top Shelf Nerds, for the final time before we change. See you guys.
See you next week.
Hooroo.